we've got today. Let's see. Oh, man. Welcome to the chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our guidelines. Our community guidelines. Let's go. Freaking community guidelines. Let's see who's going to join today. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, I can change it. Oh, interesting. Oh, I can clip. Oh. It's an interesting feature. Staring contest. Let's go. Christ on a bike. Yes. Bro, you're the first of many that are going to show up today. Yesterday was a very crazy banger stream. It was my record-breaking stream yesterday. And I think we're going to outpace yesterday's with today's. So let's see how fucking nuts we can make this stream. Still no video of your God healing amputee. Jeez, oh my gosh. What are we doing here? Well, normally, so you missed it today, Christ, on a bike. I usually go live at my office for like ever at work. So I go live at my office, and then when I come home, this is when I can actually like give you guys my undivided attention, talk about business, talk about whatever. There's just a ton of stuff that we could cover. So, Krista Jenner. Jeez, you know what? Hey Chad, I'm just gonna all messages. Let's just fucking go. We're gonna unhinge the chat today. I died for your sins. You did. It's a good thing I didn't put my knee on your on your neck or whatever it was. What's going on, Daniel Berry? What is up? Amazing stream and great content. Are you just saying that, Zephyr, or like do you mean that? Like, what are you referring to? Like the reason why I ask is I'm making a lot of content recently, and I'm interested to hear like what you actually like. Can we talk about the political, economical state of the world? Yeah, we can do that, Walker. I don't know how much of a resource I'm going to be, but we can talk about it for sure. Are I Jewish, perhaps? Am I? Oh, I don't know what that is. Daniel, what's up, bro? What's up, Batu? What's good? What's good? Lupita, what's going on? Hi, hello. What's your goal weight? 175. I would be a lean, mean fighting machine at 175. I'm not really far off from there. Motherfucker, what's your response to China saying that they will go to war with the United States in 2027? They're not gonna win shit. They're broke. Their real estate's falling apart. China's a big scam right now. 175 pounds. He definitely. And the lives I've been here for have been good vibes. Oh wait, hold on, let me see. I really like your story videos. Oh, thanks, dude. I appreciate it. I've recently discovered that like the lives are just becoming like super popular. Uh, I mean, this is the second time I'm doing it at night, but you guys tell me, do you think it's better if I do live streams at night or, like maybe I try another time? Um, yeah, dude, I'm a troll. I always talk about this shit. Like, I have Elon Musk's personality, right? Like, I am just a troll if I wanted to. If I had the time, if I didn't have businesses to run, I would just be trolling for fun, for shits and giggles. If I didn't have like extreme ambitions, I would just be trolling all day. Bro, I got injured, and doctor said you have a weird case. Am I? Oh, that's funny. Haha, you almost got me. Nighttime live stream nation, rise up, be heard, be seen, be proud. Yeah, 100%. John 2:1. My little children, I am writing this to you so that you may not sin, but anyone does so blah blah blah. We'll do it on the why did Trump Syrian leader Jabani Young? Why did Trump call Syrian leader Jabani Young and handsome the person who was responsible? I think whatever. I think he's just trying to ease tensions, and I think the Syrian leader is just trying to bring his country in the right direction. That's the narrative that's being played, and I guess you just kind of have to roll with it until something else happens. Um, you look aggressively Jewy. You mean is it because of my kippah? Got my kippah on my hat. No. And I'm here for the financial advice. Well, guess what? If someone asks a financial question, get ready for the popcorn. Popcorn. So high tech. Well, actually, hold on. Why is it like blocking content still? Hold on. Hide all chat messages. Show every message. Show most messages with potential spam removed. Or whatever. Why give up halfway through? I'm a troll. Greetings. What's going on? Left, right. Troll the troll. What is up? Zero confidence. Joe Mama, I'm sorry that you have zero confidence. That's very unfortunate. Why does it make it clap? Make what clap? Um, Sup Dilbert, come on, Trump. Oh my God, I was right. Are you talking about like the Jew stuff? Didn't even see the yarmulke. Didn't assume you were Jewish. Oh yeah. Well, if you follow the channel, you will see me wearing my kippah, whether it's on live streams or whatever. It seems to always come up in the chat, and it's not like anything I'm peddling here, right? Like you guys are always bringing up politics and Jew stuff, and it's like I get it. Um, is that the best? Oh man, Joe Mama, you are something. Which agricultural sector would you invest now if you had investment for targeting U.S. market technology? Is it pinned to my hair? Yeah. Actually, do you guys want to know the secret behind Keepas? So the main secret is if you look in, there's a pin, and I don't know if you guys can see, but you just clips. See? So you just clip it, done, and it stays where it needs to stay. You look like, you know what? I'm gonna try and like undo all these messages. Let's see your confidence. I mean, I'm here, aren't I? I'm talking to you guys. So I'm just chilling. You got the oil. What does the oil mean? Have you heard the song in two? No, no, I have not. What happened? What happens if it gets all? Are you talking about my keepa? You just throw it in the wash. Oh my god, a white dude. I mean, yeah, I'm here. Do you get dissed by dudes without the clip? um, like how clip-on ties are looked down on. No, I mean most people do a clip. My clip's on the inside, but most people do clips on the outside. So that's like pretty common. People will do like clips on the outside, on the inside, doesn't matter. Um, you look like a janitor. Appreciate it. Sometimes I wish I was a janitor. It would, it's an easier job than what I'm doing. So, are you mad they clipped your? No, I'm not mad. Not mad at all. Um, Nothing to be mad at, and it's honestly there's a lot of spiritual meanings behind the clippings, and I'm glad that I had mine done. I guess I'm glad that my mom actually had it done for me. It's a big. I actually did a podcast episode because I do cover a lot of like spiritual, insightful stuff about Torah. I actually did cover this topic of circumcision and the celebration behind it and the responsibilities and this different spiritual levels. You guys can check it out if you're interested in all that. I what do what do babies taste like? I have no idea, bro. Why are we talking about all this? Oh man. Sorry for making you uncomfortable, Jim. Um, you might want to find another live stream. But we can definitely talk about something else. It's really up to you guys. I mean, I'm here to provide value. I'm here to hang out, just like the title of the live stream is about. You're lonely. You lost. You're looking for a community. Join the Speissian community. The joke is rabies. Oh boy, and we really have some great humor in the chats. So, what about favorite hobbies? Um, well, I've always liked vlogging. I've been making content for like 10 years on and off. Love billiards. Love hiking. Love working out. I like martial arts. You know, it's gonna be a little cliche, but I do like business. I mean, I really could just work all day, every day, and if I didn't have to sleep or eat, then I would probably just like work all the time. Because like for me, like business is like a hobby, and it's like a race, and I love it. I enjoy like moving forward in life, business wise. Ironically, I actually don't enjoy picking up pennies. Um, Hi, subscribe. Appreciate it. Thanks, man. Thanks for the good weather lately. You're absolutely welcome. Well, New York, it's not the best, but I mean, it's getting there. Uh, my name is Daniel. Okay, nice to meet you, Mister Daniel, Mister Vexro. You are a cool dude. You got a like, Mike. If you were live streaming, I would like your stream. How about that? And we're always looking for cool people here. There's like some meme on Instagram where it's just like there's like it looks like a horse and the guy and it's like always like I'm just a cool X. I'm just a cool guy. XYZ. Um, but how did you do with the half Torah? Not so bad. I'm always learning. Although I have been lagging on it recently. I've just been very busy at work. We're in a very big like crunch period right now, ramping up for the summer. So I haven't been doing as much studying as I'd like to do. Um, but yeah, Mike, appreciate the compliment. You seem pretty cool too. Maybe one of these days we'll do like a community like live event where we have all the like a whole bunch of people like on like one chat or something, and we can all hang out. Uh, nah, I would rather not go that direction. Can you please shout out my grandpa in the hospital? His name is. You guys literally try to do this every time. Every time you guys are like trying to get me to say things, it's not gonna work. I'm new and I ate knishes for lunch. Knishes are really good, honestly. Man, Mr. Dan. What is a knish? It's a food. I would look it up. It's pretty good. Knishes are pretty fire. Welcome, Tavis. Can you shout out my cousin? That's good. That's good. Um, Again, you guys are really trying hard to make me to say things that probably wouldn't want to say and shouldn't say. Um, Jesus versus Moses versus Muhammad triple threat match. Who walks out with the title? Um, I don't know, man. I would. I mean, there's. It's that's like I'm not gonna say that's a tough one, and I'm gonna leave it. I want to leave it unresponded to. Jay, you're really smooth with these. What's going on, Sports Buzz? Hey, what's going on? Hi, hello. There's something on your glasses. It's my, it's my, what do you call it? Muhammad does. Jesus chokeslams Moses was, hmm? Yeah, maybe. And another shout out for, oh wow, Jay, you just keep having these lined up. I want to convert to Jew, but I don't know if I can eat pinto beans. Pinkman, what's good, my dude? Yeah, no, what's good, bro? What's up, Jesse? Thanks for getting out of the lab early today so that you can come hang out. I know, where your work is important. But to answer your question, Mister, I like pinto beans. No, you can totally eat pinto beans and learn to practice Judaism, 100%. Hey, what's going on, Elvis? I want to convert to. It is kind of funny. It's kind of unhinged. Walter's working me like a dog, dude. I bet, man. I wonder how he's doing. Like, I don't know where he's getting this energy. Like, he's pretty far along in his cancer treatments. The fact that he has the energy to, you know, boss you around is nuts. Let's get it, Caden. What can you tell me the point of living? Yeah. I'm glad you asked. I think a very big point of living. Like, there's two sides of it. There's the one side of needing to meet your needs just for survival, but then when you move past that, You want to have purpose and meaning in life, right? And it's kind of interesting because all throughout history, we were always in a place of survival, right? And now, oh, it's like only until recently in human history we have survival taken care of, and now we're like in this place of, well, if we're not thinking about survival, well, then what are we living our life for? And so like the tables shift to purpose and meaning, right? And giving back good energy. So like, I mean, for example, a very strong principle I believe in Judaism is that we're here on this earth to bring light, to bring warmth, to bring goodness into the world, and that can take the form of purpose, mission. Um, there's a lot of forms it can take, but um, I think it really starts with like having a really strong foundation and a mission that you believe in that can bring good energy to the world. Bros trying. Yeah, no, this taking down Gus is pretty tough. George Floyd says conversion is fake. It's not fake. Conversion is totally not fake. A lot of Jews from the very beginning um, were converts, so it's not fake. What you think about A from India? What do you think about Israel and Palestine? Um, I have a lot to think about there, but it's not something I really feel comfortable sharing in the chat. It's a very touchy subject, and like I've said in previous live streams, um, you know, I have a pretty solid like point of view, and you guys could probably guess what my point of view is. But I don't like talking about politics much. I think there's a lot more interesting conversations we can have besides politics. Politics is a circus. Hello, skibbity toilet, skibbity, skibbity. um, I would think that you have to define your definition of Zionism before you really start talking about it, right? Because people see Zionism in different ways. The way that I interpret Zionism is it's already a movement that has already ended, meaning Zionism is just your belief that the Jewish people have a right to migrate back to um, their our homeland, Israel, and that's already happened. So Zionism is actually like it's really like a historical event. It's already happened. But going back to Israel has been a thing, and it's been a thing for a while, and it's now in history. It's like a movement that's already happened. Um, Yeah, I mean, George, that's really tough logic. You can't really follow logic with these kinds of statements, unfortunately. Um, like to say that Zionism justifies murder, that would mean that, like, I mean, you can use a lot of examples to replace Zionism with justifies murder, and a lot of that is not going to make any sense, right? Um, any religion that validates murder is wrong. Yeah, but you have to remember, George, that's true, but we're not talking about religion here, right? Jewish is an ethno religion, right? So it's more than just religion. It's like it's a people. It's like a literal ethnicity. It's a people that you're talking about here. And so, for the survival of the people, like, it's obvious, obviously we've survived for thousands of years, and now we've finally been able to have this opportunity to migrate back and make aliyah to Israel and have that opportunity. It's a beautiful thing. Not many peoples of the world can say that they were displaced and that they were actually able to go back to where their home is, right? And it should be a beacon of light, really, for the world that you know, freedom can truly happen, and that the world is really coming into a better place. listen, I really wish nobody, had to experience, death and pain, but that's really just to think idealistically, right? Murder is cardinal sin. Yeah. Yeah, look, I'm always open to have conversations, but um, well, Mike, the Jewish people didn't actually take over the land by force, right? Like in the early 1900s, it was, we were placed there because of a catastrophic event that happened, right? It's, the Holocaust. Like the world leaders literally got together and they said, like, the Jewish people are just going to have a tough time all over the world. And so what can we do for them? What can we do to protect the Jewish people so that another Holocaust doesn't happen again, right? So, it goes, that's kind of a point that, remains usually unspoken, right? It's like, Jewish people didn't displace anybody, right? Jews were brought back to Israel by world leaders, by the powers that be. And now there's this strange situation where you have a small group of people that are already that are in that land, and I think there needs to be some kind of resolution there. I'm not really happy about what's happening now, but it's unfortunate, but I think regardless, it's great that we were able to have that opportunity to go back to our homeland. I think that's amazing. Yeah, and there's a big difference though between there's a big difference between the Jewish people and the Jew and the Israeli government, right? I don't really know much about Israeli politics, but what's going on, Brave Girl? I don't know much about the Israeli government, but again, I'm just a guy in the United States seeing it from afar, so I don't really follow it. I know obviously what's going on, but uh, but one thing is for certain: ever since Jewish people came back to Israel, there's been nothing but violence against Israel, right? I mean, for literally years. It's almost since I think since the recreation of that birthright back to Israel, there has always been continuous assaults on Israel, and there's never been a break. It's like there's something to say about that. You know, yeah. I mean, we can agree to disagree, George. It's sorry, like pinto beans, I cannot disagree with you. Ironically, I didn't grow up religious. If you guys follow the channel at all, I mentioned this on my last live stream. I've always just been like a spiritual guy. I've always enjoyed meditation. And for me, I never thought that I would become more religious. I never grew up with Judaism in my household growing up. And for me, it was like something that I discovered later on in life that I ended up really appreciating. And it's totally transformed my life for the better, financially, personally, business wise, relationship wise. And, I owe a lot, not to quote unquote religion, but I owe a lot to God. And, you know, believe me, when I was kind of exploring these ideas and philosophies early on, I was very involved with. I was more agnostic growing up. I've always been a speculative guy. I've always been somebody to question the morality of things and the accuracy. I'm just a very pragmatic guy, and I was very into like watching debates with like Stephen Fry and Christopher Hitchens. Rest his soul. Um, Now we have we have Sam Harris and Jordan Peterson now, really great debaters, speakers, philosophers. Um, and for me, when I was younger, I realized, I always wanted to figure out what made the most sense for me to really figure that out. Um, you know, well, Mike, I think the difference here is that, right, Judea was established like thousands of years ago, and the Jewish people were kind of ragdolled throughout time and pinballed, and we were just displaced for so long. And I think the fact that it finally comes full circle and that the Jewish people get to really get to experience where they came from and where their kingdom is, and continues to be today, is a great blessing. I'm not saying it's a good argument. I mean, again, I'm not a scholar to any right, but from what I know, from the little I do know, um, it's a great thing that the Jewish people get to go back to Judea, and we get to live in Israel, and we have that opportunity to be amongst our own community, our own culture. You know, it's a great thing. I can help with scripture. Just ask Raffle. At no point where people given land, they had to die for it. Cheese is scrumptious. Yeah, cheese is good. How are you on this fine, exquisite morning evening? I'm doing pretty good, honestly. I'm tired. I had a long day at work. We had to go through a lot. We had some new people starting today. I did some interviews with some new salespeople. I onboarded a new person today. She's going to be amazing. And it was actually a great day because she's like an A-type personality, and she's exactly what we're looking for in our sales department. And what's really great is like she's like, I can't believe. And by the way, I'm like a systems guy. Like, I build, like, what I enjoy is I love building things and I love building businesses. And she was like, I can't believe that you have what you have here at BH Capital. She's like, I've been, like, if you knew what was out there at these other businesses and the way that they do things, like, this is like such a premium experience. The fact that you have automations and AI text marketing, and you have like really great warm leads, and they're just coming in hot. And she was just like really giving us compliments. She's like, I can't believe you built all of this. And I'm like, yep. And we're looking for great people to fill up the spots so that they can utilize what we build, right? And business is a lot like building making a garden, right? When you make the garden, the plant, the animals, and the insects and the bees, come to the garden, right? And just like a business, it's when you create a business, it's a lot like a garden. And I think today was a great representation of that visual. um and it's also a great reminder because I work really hard, and I don't really take a pause a lot of the times to stop and look back and see what we've accomplished as a business, and on that journey. And so when you get little compliments here and there, it's really nice to hear. And it makes you think about that you're actually on the right track and you're on the right path. So um I know that was a very long-winded. How am I on this fine evening? But yeah, I mean, it's been a good day. It's Every every day is something interesting, you know. Holy, you are 101 copy of my educator, both facial features and glasses. Maybe I don't know who is your. Did someone stretch Josh Peck? I get Josh Peck all the time. I get him all the time. I get Josh Peck. I get Markiplier. I get Jake Gyllenhaal. Hug me, brother. I actually grew up with Drake and Josh, man. That was such a great show. No. I was Josh for sure, but yeah. Sahar, what's going on from Afghanistan? What's up, dude or girl? What's going on? There's two Jesus, one human warrior, and one half. I don't know what that means. Peace and love, dude. Hope you have a kick-ass night. You too, Tyler. Thanks for coming through. I'm glad that you came through and you're able to spend some time with us. Hopefully, you had some good entertainment here in the chats and joining us here. You know. Hopefully, we see you around. What do you think about Afghanistan people? You know, I haven't met too many Afghanistan people, but I'm pretty sure they're like every other kind of people, which is great. So, um, I haven't met too many. I haven't met too many Afghanistanis. We got 15 likes today. I wonder where my main girls are. Normally I got the girls in the chat from yesterday. Maybe if I summon them. Hold on. Can I summon people? How do I message in this? Nope. I guess I can't comment here. Nope. I guess not. So yesterday, you know what we did? We did a thing where if we got to like 50 likes, then I would tell a story. So I did tell a story yesterday because this girl was like, if I get 50 likes, will you talk about your last dating experience? And I was like, yeah, I could do that. And we did it. We got to 50 likes. I think we ended up getting like 60 or something by the end of the stream. And yeah, I mean, that was such a cool stream though, by the way, guys. That was like we ended up having we were like we had a good stream of people in there. It was great. But something I've always noticed, like we are always talking about Judaism, Jews, and politics. Why are so many of you guys so focused on politics? I mean, like, and I joke about this all the time with people. Um, Politics is a circus, right? The only reason why you tune in to politics is because it's a circus. It's fun. You show up with a bag of popcorn and you let your mind go to jello, right? You could be doing so many other things in life than like listen to politics. Um, James Bew. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. James Bew. Good for you, man. Um, but like, and it's actually similar to dating as well. But like, um, when people ask me like, do you follow politics? Do you get involved? Like most of the time, people are most of the time people can't even like have a conversation. People get so wrapped up emotionally in what's going on politically because they don't know how to just have a discussion, how to be conscientious of the other person they're speaking to. Um, So, and it's the same. It's like a similar thing in like dating. Like I tell like women, when these conversations come up, a lot of people wonder why is it hard finding somebody sometimes in dating, and you have to be on like the right wavelength with somebody, right? And a lot of the times, people aren't at like a certain level of conscientiousness that you need to be able to connect to them. Sometimes, um, whether it's discussing politics and sharing points of views, or if it's dating and trying to find a match, it's like it's similar in the way that you have to really like be at a certain similarity and intelligence level and EQ and conscientiousness, right? Um, See, Tony, this is a perfect example, right? You're calling me weird, and I'm just talking about the disparities in intelligence and conscientiousness, and you think that's weird somehow. Okay, all right, whatever. Um, I get it. Um, maybe we can't connect energetically. Who knows? Uh, Tony, well, you are here for a reason, and if the YouTube gods brought us together, there is a reason why you are here with us today or tonight. But I appreciate you coming, Tony. I appreciate you being here with us. All right. Told you. Told me what. Hey, Travis. Thanks for the sub, man. And thanks for being here. I agree, Starboy. We're all connected. Yeah, we're all connected, and we're all here to have a good time and to bring light to the world. And I think there's a lot of reasons why we're all here, and it's not to be in negative space. I'm not feeling this. Not feeling President Donald Trump pardon Larry Hoover and be a young boy, Todd Grizzly, and his wife today. Yeah, I don't know who those people are, but I hope it was a good thing. I hope it was a good thing. Wow. What if the funeral industry is behind all the preservatives in our food? um, I think you're onto something, Mitch. They probably are. It's not a bad business plan. Not a bad business plan. But the funeral industry is actually like pretty lucrative, depending on where you're located. Like if you're in a big city, um, pretty lucrative business. Jerry Tolls. Why are you gay? That's funny. Tony, I think you're becoming my number one fan. Are you chosen? I think we're all chosen, Mr. Bergio. German guy was right. And Bergio, I'm not sure what you mean by chosen, but I think we're all chosen. So, what's the topic? Um, Good job. Good question, Thailand kill and stop. The topic is really like anything that you guys want. Like I believe it or not, like we're talking about what we're talking about right now, which has been a mosh posh of just Jewish related stuff. But like I'm making myself available to you guys because we could talk about business, we could talk about finance, we could talk about AI, technology, dating, relationships. Um, we could be talking about a lot of really cool shit. And I'm just waiting for someone to like take advantage of that, right? What do I think about transgenders? I think you're a spy for the transgender community now. I don't really have an opinion. I just don't want to be a part of that movement. I don't really believe in it, and I think those people are suffering, and I think they need help. Uh, let's talk about real estate, crypto. Crypto is doing really great right now, guys. We're on the next half of the bull run, and so in this final half, like of where crypto is heading, we are definitely going to see crazy numbers, I think. Not financial advice, but I've done my estimations. I think crypto has a lot more room to go on the upside. So, Promise Wangaboo. Greetings from Burkina Faso. Are you from United States? Yes, I am from the United States. I am from the United States. James Bew Jew. They just want attention. Yeah. Do the Jewish smoke cannabis or is it just in the movies? No, we smoke 100%. It's kosher. I don't smoke weed very often. I only smoke weed under two circumstances. I smoke or whatever, partake if I'm celebrating something or I'm in good company. Uh, I am not a proctologist. Alcohol is kosher. Israel had a good point after October 7th, but do you think they've taken it? Can you explain Berg Berglo? Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Can you um can you uh rephrase that? What do you mean specifically about that comment? Oh. Yeah, I actually used to work in the auto industry. I was in car sales for a while. I could totally walk you through how to get a good deal on a car. It's not complicated. Daniel, you're stuck being a nobody right now. Well, I wouldn't say I'm a nobody. I feel like I'm me. I'm somebody, and it's time that change. It's time that changes. You keep talking like you want to be. I'm just trying to be me, guys. Like I said, I just keep putting value out there, and I think as long as I put good energy out there, God's gonna take care of me. So you're kind of like an extra from Uncut Gems, bro, and that's a compliment. Um, An extra from, and is that like a game? Extra from like Uncut Gems. Is that like are you like talking about like an add-on, that thing that you pay for maybe? And then like, I don't know. Maybe explain that. Man, people mean in here, jeez. I can't even register it, Taylor. Yeah, I mean, if they're mean, then like I'm not seeing it. But you guys got to remember too, I am a troll. So if you speak my language, it's not really gonna offend me. Um, 'Cause, I mean, look, if I was in you guys' shoes and I was watching the stream, I could probably pick apart a million different things. But um, I'm just in general a serious dude that's just trying to help people out. That's why I do this. I don't have to be on the live stream. I don't have to be making content, right, guys? Like, why am I here? Why am I doing this? You know. So I guess like a point, right, is like, not, it's really interesting, right? Like to do social, to do social and to make content, you really have to be a certain kind of person, I think, and it's tough, especially when you're doing like live streams and you're meeting people. But um, I think that there's a lot of value that I can bring to the world, and I think social is a really great starting point for that, and from there things snowball. And if it means having guys like trolling in the comments, so be it. Because I know there are some of you guys who are watching who are like, oh wow, this is like cool, like I'm getting value out of this, and that's what it's for. Um, why are you a Sigma Jew? I don't even know what a Sigma means, but I'll take that as a compliment, 100%. You have any advice for my wife? Um, well, what kind of advice is your wife looking for, James? I mean, like I don't even know where to begin there. That's like saying, "Hey, can you help me become rich?" Sure. Well, tell me more. It's like, well, I'm hungry. Can you help? Yes. What are you in the mood for? She said, I'm bad at bed. Well, that's tough. That is tough. Got any cats? No, I don't have cats. I had a cat once and I found out that I was like super allergic. I sub for cats. Um, damn, I can't bring it up, but if you um Huntrin, if you go to my Instagram and you scroll down, you'll be able to see a cat I used to have. His name is Apollo. I had a black cat. He was really great. I rescued him when I lived in Florida. He was a stray, and I brought him in. Not Florida, sorry, Texas. And I had him for like a couple months. Built him like a cat castle thing. I'm scrolling through live, and the person above you looked like Sid from the Ice. I know exactly what you're referring to. That's crazy. Um, Burglow. Sorry, man. I would never consider being Catholic, and even if I wanted to, I couldn't because I'm Jewish. You can't escape it. Once you're born it, you can't unborn it unless you're like reincarnated somehow. You know. So. I had a girlfriend who tried to like kind of give me the ultimatum that if I ever wanted to marry her, I'd have to be Catholic, and I was like, nope, you would have to become Jewish, and that was a very very tough relationship. Hmm, interesting. Not really a fan of that. Don't be offended. We just do not like the United States politicians. We are loving people is because do you believe in the Talmud? Yeah, the Talmud's great. What's not to like about the Talmud? What is not to like? Yeah, well, yeah, it's just another great part of Torah, and it's just another great part of learning from a lot of other parts. You got Kabbalah, you got the Talmud, you got the Chumash, you got Tanya, you got so many different great flavors of Judaism. Um, James, I would literally just Google what the Talmud is, and you would get your answer. I don't know where people get these weird, like outlandish, like ideas that the Talmud is evil. Like how does something like that get propaganda behind it? It's so niche. Um, like Jewish people are one of the most well-read um, peoples, and so it's like you have like these weird things that like pop up like this. I don't know where it comes from. I'm sorry you feel that way, James, but we're here for good energy. Do you like the people of Burkina Faso? Burkina Faso. I've never heard of that place to be honest, but they probably can't be too bad if I've never heard of them. So why not, right? All right. Unfortunately, sorry. I've never had to put somebody in timeout before, but uh, that's a timeout. The guy just got timed out for 86,000 seconds. Man, that's crazy. The fact that it says 86,000 is like literally wild. The United States have threatened us. We are a West African country. I'm sorry to hear that. I had no idea. Yeah, Ziha. Yeah, that's freaking nuts. Where are you from? You look Turkish. No, I'm actually, well, I'm from the U.S., but I have Polish. My mom's Polish Jewish, um, and my dad is German, Irish, Italian. So I'm just like a mix of a lot of things. So Tony, you're actually wrong there. The Talmud does not preach Jews are better than Gentiles. Torah teaches that Jews have a responsibility that we carry from God, Hashem, um, to bring blessings, mitzvah to this world. It really has nothing to do with anybody, specifically. So, yeah, I mean, look, Tony, we can agree to disagree. You're a, come on, Tony. Let's speak like actual English. Come on. What is this? You're a dumb. Like what is this? You can't even come on, spell. Let's at least spell like you're the right way. Y-O-U, you know, R-E. You're you are. What preaches that? Yeah, I'm pretty sure, Tony, if I Googled Talmud, um, it probably wouldn't bring up what you're talking about. Oh no, Carl, you found me. Hey, Ava, what's going on? Thanks for coming through. Hope you're having a good evening. Uh, I thought this was a village I could raid. What kind of sorcery stream is this? Cumin Raider. Great sense of humor, bro. I like it and sub. Thanks, Carl. Uh, Ava, appreciate it. Appreciate the compliments. It's a great change of speed from some of the folks here. I would definitely like to clean up the stream with and go in a good direction, but yeah, I feel like I have a pretty good sense of humor, honestly, when I have the energy. I know I'm pretty low energy right now. It was a long day, but um, I'm here and I'm chilling with you guys. Oh man. Yeah, yeah. I have been told that I have a soft voice, so. Hey, what's up, Sarah? How's it going? The goy are mad. Yeah, I know. Jesus, like what is going on with the chats today? We had some real like adamant folks in here. That was my first time giving some timeouts to people. And honestly, I don't enjoy it because I give timeouts at work. I have to yell at people at work sometimes. I have to keep people in check at work. I don't. Last thing I want to do is come home, hop on a great live stream with great people, and have them talk about stuff like repeatedly. Um, Cumin, yeah, I am Jewish, and I am Polish, and I am uh, Irish, Italian. Sup, G? Goals for the year? So my goal for the year is to get my main flagship company, BH Capital Funding, up and running, operational on its own without me, and to have a great successful second year of business. Uh, Promise Wanagbu. I have no idea who you're talking to. Mashallah, 100%. Yeah, I mean, look, the one thing, the the goals for this year, honestly, is to have a great business where I can provide opportunity and to meet my future wife and start to have a family. That is the plan. So hopefully it can happen sooner than later. I would definitely enjoy that because I have been more than ready to uh you know start a family. So let's see. What's going on, Caesar? What's up? What's up? Let's see. Anybody posting? Hope you guys are all having a great time. Alex Hampton, what's up? So, Alex, you want to hear something cool? Your last name Hampton is where I grew up. I grew up in the Hamptons, out east in Long Island. Buongiorno, ragazzi. Good, not much. How about you? Caesar's a pretty badass name, by the way. Um, I'm super excited for everybody to be in the chat today. So I'm hoping we can continue to have great conversations. Um, there's a lot of good combos to be had, honestly. So, I'm here for you guys. So if there are any conversations or topics that you want to have today, um, I'm here for it. The reason why I have these streams is to bring value somehow, shape or form to your lives. So is if there's anything business or um, entrepreneurial that you want to talk about, anything relationship based, psychology based, technology based, AI based, we can have some really deep and meaningful conversations. So, Alex, how do you start a renewable energy company? Dude, I feel like you've asked me that before. Promise. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I'm not I just try to have good vibes. I mean, it's not so hard to not it's not hard to be a good person. Sean's non-existent hairline. Oh boy. Um, you sound like my therapist. Well, last time I checked, I was not your therapist. So there's that. Do you prefer pikes or archers? Horse archers. How do you launch your own business? So great question, Caesar. If you were trying to start your own business, um, there's some things that you need to do. First, so this is what I would say. Um, and this is coming from like a point of view of like starting multiple businesses, failed, started, failed, started. And like the thing is you need to have a plan. You need to understand first of all, you need to understand your own personal awareness. You need to know what your wealth archetype is. And so, what do I mean by your wealth archetype? Well, everybody has a wealth generating archetype that's fit for their personality. So, you know, you have to go with what you're best at in terms of how you would generate wealth, the best, easiest, the most effective. So I think the first thing about starting a business is knowing yourself, right? It's similar to like dating and relationships and marriages. You got to know yourself before you like date. And there's another side to that, which is can you really know who you are and have that self-awareness if you don't do the business, if you don't date people? Can you So part of that is, yeah, part of it is experiencing starting a business and discovering um, yourself and what you're like and whatever. But you can do that without the experience. So I think that the biggest thing about starting a business is having a great idea and having an idea that provides value for a marketplace, not the marketplace, a niche marketplace. So, for example, if you were thinking about opening up a bar, right? Let's just say like a bar where you go out to drink, right? That's fine. You can have a goal to be a business owner and to open up a bar, but right, if within that business idea, you have to be thinking in terms of, well, what value am I bringing to a marketplace? So in this instance, a bar, you're bringing value to people who like to drink, who like to have a good time, who are looking to be in an environment that's fun and energetic, right? I'm Yisrael Chai too, man. So my point being is, if you know yourself and you know your attitudes for your wealth generating archetype, and you have value that you can bring to a marketplace, not any marketplace, you need to localize and segment to one niche marketplace, right? Un poquito español, Lupita. Um, so if you do those things, you are really on your way. But then also, I would add on to that you have to be prepared to fail miserably and a lot of the time. I don't know about the kingdom of Khazaria. I don't know. So what's going on Earth? Earth, are you still here? BMG Capo official. I'm trying to build an app to put inside prisons impactful. I would ask like what the app does. You don't have to say, but every I'm military officer. So here's another idea for you guys on the topic of business, right? You always want to start a business where it's based off the things I mentioned, right? You know yourself, you're providing value to a marketplace, and you have like a roadmap on how to build that business, or you have some idea of how it's going to go. But you also should be involved with starting a business that you in a market well. So for example, I talk about this, me and the other partners at BH talk about this often. We have ideas all the time. Some of our ideas are outside of our industry. They're outside of our direct knowledge set, meaning like if I have an idea in the medical industry, because I'm not in the medical profession, I don't serve the medical people, the medical industry at all. We don't do business in medical, right? So even if I have an idea, like creating some kind of AI business in medical, we're in finance. So we're overstepping, right, our bounds of our knowledge and experience in a market segment. So you don't want to do that. You want to serve a market that you can resonate with, that you have nuance, contextual nuance to, very well intimately, um, and that gives you a market advantage, knowing a certain market, right? So I hope that makes sense. But anyway, those are like my starting points for a business. You want to get into something it's not that it seems like it's a low hanging fruit of like what to do, but you have to be strategic and you have to play to your strengths. You have to play to your personality. You have to play to what your wealth generating archetype is. And if you can do those things, then and then also as much as you can live in your production box, which is a totally different conversation, then you'll win, because then the work won't be work, and You'll always be doing activity that you enjoy, and nobody can compete against somebody who enjoys what they do, right? It's a really great book by Dan Martle. Um, what's the book's called Buy Back Your Time. Great book. And then there's another book you guys should read called Millionaire Master Plan that talks about the archetypes. So there you go. Plenty of wisdom just there. So you are the next Mike Bloomberg. Maybe. You know what? I saw something earlier today on a video on YouTube. There some guy was making fun of the fact that there's tons of like financial like gurus on YouTube, and there's so many people trying to peddle like products, and they're giving bad financial advice and whatever. And I think about that, and I'm like, it's so easy to be transparent and to be trustworthy, that the fact that there isn't, and then that there's so many creators that are just not giving good value and they're not being honest. It's like that's like terrible, in my opinion. Akshay, what's going on, Mr. Akshay? What's going on, brother? How have you been? I think you were on the live earlier. I think I saw you, maybe. Interesting. Tavis, you are back. What's going on? Yeah, bro. I had dinner. I had dinner, and now I'm hanging out with the people of YouTube. W Fox. So we were just talking about business, and somebody asked me like, what, how would you go about starting a business? Um, so I was just literally talking about that. Hey chat, quick question. When you're watching this, can you rewind the stream? Because W Fox, if you can rewind the stream like literally 2 minutes from now, you'll hear me talking about how to start a business and what to think about in terms of starting one. But anyway, I'm not going to repeat myself though. You can go back like 2 minutes and 30 seconds, 3 minutes, and I was just talking about business. But we could talk about something else, honestly. We can talk about whatever. Wasn't fun for me. Yeah. Well, rewinding is never fun. But you know what, W Fox, because you're here, we can literally talk about anything, and we will talk about it. Um, Akshay, what kind of business do you plan on starting? Um, je n'aime pas français. Qu'est-ce que tu veux aller aux toilettes, s'il vous plaît? I used to speak some French when I was a kid, but not really anymore. Uh, but yeah, Akshay, let me know what kind of business that you would try to start, and we can talk about it. D'accord, merci, je comprends. Go to sleep, Aaron. I will not go to sleep. I am investing and consistently doing evening live streams. Daniel gold mining. Gold mining. I see those videos on YouTube of the people going like they just like dunk their head in water, and they're just like filtering with like their filter for gold. I think that shit's so cool. Can you imagine like all like you just like what do you do for a living? Someone asks you, what do you do for a living? I dunk my head in water with my little filter and I look for gold. And I find gold and I sell it for $1 million. What a great business. Can you imagine just hunting for gold for like months and you only get like a little, like just a little bit amount of gold? Hmm. But yeah, gold mining sounds pretty cool. Aaron, what is up? Yeah, I can't go to sleep, man. I'm committed. I'm committed to the content. I'm committed to being consistent, and that's what I need to do here. So can't build a brand if you can't do the work. No. Let's sit. Let's sit. There we go. Nice. There we go. Get a job. Robert, I do have a job. I operate a business. So I actually employ people. Hello, what's going on? Sartank Kadir. Hello, bro. I'm from India. What's going on, India? Robert Sterling. Stop begging for money. Well, I'm not begging for money. So there you go. Daniel, now to start a business, it's need bulk amount of investments. The government doesn't give any help. No, well, you can, yeah. I mean, depending on the business, you can and where you are with the business, you can ask for like grants and shit. But I don't think you're gonna get any investment help on a gold business if you don't already know how to find gold and know how to get it with more money. That's usually how it works. I was a teacher of the Burkina Faso, but because of the threat by the United States, yeah, I okay. I appreciate the history lesson. Solve the riddle. Whoa, 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 whoa. We have a riddle. Solve the riddle. Steak, punch, peanut. Steak. I don't even know if that is a snake. Um, Mason Ballard. I do not know what that riddle is. Sorry. What up, Brian Howell? What's going on, my man? Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome. Is there a way I can get people on the stream, bro? You give me some money, and I give you some money. Life is solved. Uh, Yeah, all right. Let's do this. I'm gonna make this a little bit smaller. There we go. Bro, you give off somebody. I want you to give me an advice. Okay, buddy. Well, you let me know what you want advice on, and I'll help you out. Brandon Price, what's up? Where are you? I'm in the United States. Okay. In the United States, man. Hold on, chat. Hold on. Boy. Oh, man. Today, Carl Rivera is off. What do you do for a living? I run and operate several businesses. I manage BH Capital Funding, and we have a new pop-up business for AI text marketing. But the BH Capital Funding is our main business. Hey, what's up, Major Plays? Ghana. Promise, I think you need to do what you feel is right, in my opinion. I think there's honor in defending a country, and I think there's honor in honoring your family and being with family and being with them, protecting them, serving them. It just depends on which honor makes most sense for you. Am I tired? Dude, you have no idea. Akshay, yeah. I mean, look, I got a business already you can invest in. And by the way, guys, I say this as a joke. I would say 80% of I would say 100% of my time goes to BH Capital. And then 25% of my time goes to smslaunch.ai. And then another 25% goes to making content for you guys. So all in all, I'm in 150% time, which means I'm 50% owner. So yeah, I'm tired. Akshay, you want to support, you want to invest in me, subscribe, like, and just be around for the ride. That's it. No money needed. I'm here because I want to give back whatever I can to you guys. Usually I charge money for talking about anything. So, you guys have me consistently, in the evening. So, and I'm trying to commit myself to showing up for you guys and being consistent, and building a good community of people who want to grow, financially, spiritually, relationally, philosophically. Can I be a moderator? Moderator, you mean? Heather McDonald's. I got a question to ask you. Okay, Valkyrie, let's go. What the fuck is your question? I also subscribed. You man, and like all your videos and also commented. Thank you, Akshay. You're good people. What are your hobbies? Sports, video games. I like jujitsu, martial arts, working out, hiking. I like to write. I like to vlog. Obviously, I like to make content. like to learn about finance. I'm a big finance freak. I'm a big nerd. I like anime. I like um I like Lord of the Rings, and I like fantasy, whatever. I like traveling, and I'm a big fan of poker, Texas Hold'em, swords. I like swords. Yeah, I guess eating's always like on the list, right? I'm not a big sports person, guys. I think sports is like the biggest waste of time ever. Gi or no gi? I practice mostly in gi, so I think gi prepares you for no gi, in my opinion. Well, or actually the other way around, but I practice with gi mostly. Uh, Ben, we're not here to bring negative energy, so boom. Akshay, I actually don't have a favorite player. So, like I said, I'm not like very big on sports. Jeez, man, we are really having some shenanigans in the chats tonight. Timeout, Ben Allen. What's going on? What's going on, Stink Nasty? What's up? How we doing tonight? Um, yes, we wait. I heard the United States call football soccer. We call football football. We call soccer soccer. Thoughts on crypto? We're gonna see we're well we're I've said this earlier. We're in the second half of the bull run. So we saw a pullback to like 70K, and now we're gonna see crypto go the next we're gonna see the next half of the bull run now. So I mean, I personally think we're gonna see high hundreds, 200K plus, in the next years, maybe in the next 6 months to a year. So I'm pretty bullish on crypto. Who do you think runs Bitcoin? Honestly, probably the feds and institutional investors. So, I mean, I think mostly funds run crypto and run most markets. When you actually look at the data, most hedge funds are doing like a majority of the trading. Retail traders, retail traders are doing a very minimal amount of the trading. Yeah. BlackRock probably BlackRock is probably in it a lot. You got yeah. I mean, like, plus it's really catching like wind. So you have a lot of these big companies now in it. So I'm pretty sure there's like a dark pool for crypto, just as much as there is for like the stock market. No, I never really thought Litecoin was gonna go anywhere. Honestly, um, I think Ethereum and Bitcoin are going to go far. I think Ethereum might eventually be a winner. Gold and silver are great, great hedges. You should always have gold and silver. Damn. Can never have too much gold. Well, there's a guy in here who actually has a gold business, so I mean, you can always buy from him. Gold has done very well. Well, gold scales with the value of with other things. Dan, what's a scam? Daniel, how long have you been doing jiu-jitsu? I would say on and off for like 2 years. Yeah, never have too much metals. Yeah, you should always have more. You should always buy more. You have to remember, like metals, precious metals are a store of value. So if you think about it, the more money, the more you move your money to precious metals that scale with every other kind of asset, or every other asset class out there, or fiat, it's always a great hedge on your money so that it scales over time. Never it never, like inflation never outpaces gold or silver, right? Abracadabra, what's up, Snowflake? What's good, dude? What's going on? Thanks for coming around once again. Thoughts on the Mercury Grand Marquis? I have no idea what that is, and therefore no opinion. I said this yesterday, guys, on the electrics market. I think everybody should be dollar averaging into Tesla. Tesla is the future. If you aren't investing in the Tesla, which is probably going to be like the future, like main company of the world, like maybe next to Nvidia, you are gonna miss out. I talked a lot about yesterday about how Tesla is gonna be like a market dominator. Hey, what's up, Marcos? You see, it's not one of my live streams if someone isn't telling me that I look like Markiplier, right, guys? I always get it at least 10 times a stream. No joke. No joke. Snowflake, how many times does someone say that I look like Markiplier? Yep, the future is robots and AI. Just as much as you have like 5 tablets and smartphones and fucking laptops at home, we're gonna have just as many like Tesla robots. Uh, Yesterday was like 10 times. It was. You look like Josh from Drake and Josh. Zach, if only you can rewind this stream like 80 minutes. That was you. You ever try to cry walk, but it feels so miserably. A tiny person named Stefan mugs you for your height. Bro, that is some. You must be high. Dastardly Guobi. Do you think that look like him is good? Dude, I have no idea what this guy looks like. People just tell me that I look like him. I have no idea who this Markiplier guy is. I just know that every time I do a stream, 10 people tell me I look like Markiplier. I was actually guys. I was thinking about doing a stream, and the title was gonna be "The Real Markiplier Live on Stream" or something, or maybe like finding his handle and then being like, "I'm the real Markiplier, official Markiplier." Okay, yeah, come back with your findings, Marcos. He's a gaming streamer. Oh, okay, cool. That explains it. I mean, don't underestimate China or Japan. China actually made a breathtaking breakthrough with AI. Yeah, I feel like I feel like everything going on with China is like hit or miss. It's like they're trying to be in World War III. They're trying to be a tech giant and a world leader, but they have like so many problems, right? So I have no idea where to put China on the map, honestly. And they're also trying to like take over the central, the what do you call it, the dollar, the world fiat, like of changing it from being the dollar to the yen. So I don't know how that's gonna work. It's a Zoomer brain rot streamer. What the fuck? Sorry, this is not anything against you, Zaha, but what the fuck is a Zoomer brain rot streamer? What does that mean? Brain rot. I know what brain rot means, but what is a Zoomer? There's baby boomer, there's generation Z, X, millennials. What the fuck is a Zoomer? Is that like somebody who's like on crack or something? Uh, Duly noted, Marcos. You should get a wolf tattoo and matches your eyes and vibe. A wolf tattoo? It's a good idea, but I can't get tattoos. It's against my. I've always actually thought about getting tattoos. Um, but I've just never been able to follow through on it, honestly. Generation Z, I believe. Oh, I get it. It's like shorthand for Generation Z. Gotcha. Grease skin. That sounds gross. Um, yeah, you're right. Competition is better for consumers. I just personally believe that like Tesla is gonna really like blast off in front of competition, and there's just gonna be certain uh, revolutionary technologies that are just going to like really stand out in the world. And I think one of those things is AI robots. I think another thing is, if I'm not sure if he's going to do it, but whoever's going to make the vehicles and the manufacturing for harvesting um, resources from space, which I think he might do. I think that's going to be Tesla as well. So essentially, Marcos, what I'm hearing is I'm just better than this guy. Now, what would be really funny is if my like social pops off, and then he starts to notice me, and then we start doing streams together, and then it's like real Markiplier versus Markiplier like 2.0, which is me. Yeah, I agree, Snowflake. But look, we'll see what happens. Like at the end of the day, I'm betting Elon for as long as he breathes, he's really gonna like drive ahead. Do you think Tesla is a sustainable brand with autistic Musk as a spokesperson? Well, I think you're also missing a big point. Big point there, Zach. he's not just a spokesperson. Like he is like on the engineering team. Like I don't think you realize. Well, maybe you do, but he like built like Tesla. Like he is a part of like the actual engineering. Like he's like self-taught, and like he's not a spokesperson. That's why he's terrible with like doing interviews, right? Uh, is like to compare Ben Affleck to Keanu Reeves. Maybe I guess so. Elon is a muppet. Yeah, engineers do be like that. Yeah, that's true. Yo, what is WSP mean? What's up? Oh, like what's up? What's up, beef? What's going on? Tesla, I don't like him. He's just using the African resources for his own selfish game. Yeah, maybe. But he is bringing us to space, so I mean, there's that. I mean, Mason Ruiz, what is going on? I'll check out your channel. I like shirtless videos. I'm not really shirtless in any of my videos, buddy, but I appreciate you hanging around, Marcos. I don't trust Elon at all. The fact he wants to take us to Mars instead of reviving Earth is the most autistic idea I've ever heard. Um, I mean, look, like there are pros and cons, Zach, right? Like, let me run something by you, okay? Here's food for thought. What's going on, Lest? Here's food for thought, Zach. Elon doesn't run the world. He's just a bystander amongst other people who have way more control and power than he does. Right? There's not much Elon can do in terms of directing the world in one way or another. Unless like you have someone like Trump who brings you into the Oval Office and says, "Hey, help me fix up the country's IRS and, federal government," right? So you don't get too many opportunities like that as a normal person. So, you know, I think in Elon's defense, one of the very few things that one can do if you're not in politics and in a position of power in terms of government is you go to business and you try to make the world a better place. And if you feel and if you see if and again we can like deduct this, right? Like Elon can't just like snap his fingers like Endgame and fix the Earth, right? So what's a great alternative? Well, he's going to work on what's available, what's in his control, and he can put rockets to space, and he can start building a contingency plan for Earth, right? So I would see it like that, in my opinion. Do you have any prediction on future of U.S. housing market, mortgage rates, any housing bubbles? Seems like huge growth in urban development. Um, I feel like we've seen a very big shift recently. And again, just so you know, I am not in real estate like at all. Like I'm not a big real estate guy. But I think in general, we're going to, and I had this idea. By the way, I just thought about something. I remember an idea I had years ago. And the idea I had was that we were going to live in like an apartment share economy, right? And I think that the future of housing, there's going to be like, like kind of like a monopoly dominance of like who owns what like amount of houses. There's going to be like I think there's going to be a lot of like big companies that just buy up a lot of real estate, commercial and consumer, but like But I think like we're moving into like a shared like living economy, right? And I think the time we're living in is great because people are always like everyone's trying to find a great real estate opportunity. Everyone's trying to buy a property, make it great, and then have people live in it, and then up the level of quality of these properties. So I think like values are just gonna go up, and and then the loan, like the mortgage uh interest rates are always going to be contingent on just where the markets are. um, I think it's always going to be a great time to buy, right? Because that's just how real estate works. You just buy now, and then you just go with the fluctuations of the market. You put equity in you build, you do construction on the properties you get, and then the value goes up, and then you either hold or you commercialize it and rent it out, do something with it to offset your taxes and fees. Someone asked Elon, what's behind asking every girl you meet to marry and ask him to proliferate your progeny? Musk, Mars needs people. Yeah, Mars needs a ton of people. Da Hassan, what's going on, dude? What's up? What's up? Elon better build some more lithium refineries in Africa because I need a new iPhone. Dude, I need a new iPhone as well. I think my phone is like literally spazzing out because it's just too old. And like I have a 14. I got an iPhone 14 Pro or something, and it's like it's seen better days. Like my cellular service is always going out. My iPhone always heating up. I really do believe these things only have like a shelf life of 3 years, 2 years. I have no idea. I have no idea about the tariffs, honestly. Uh, yeah, they're supposed to last 6. Yeah, good luck with that. Agree with you. I just bought my first home last year, and I don't think home ownership is ever going to be a bad investment. No, it's not if it's not if you do it the right way, I think. Um, yeah. But hey, Brandon, congratulations though on getting your house. That's great. It's good news. Good job. You know, Snowflake, I used to be all about Samsung. I used to have a Samsung for years, and then I just eventually like switched. Hey Peter, what's going on? You bringing Lois to the party? Are you babysitting Stewie? Mister Odd Dog, are you okay? Uh, yeah, buddy. I mean, I'm just tired, man. I'm just here to chill out with some good people. Had a long day of running the office, and now I'm with you guys. I'm committed to do these evening live streams, and most of why I want to do these evening live streams is because I think just more people are on now, like at this time. So even though it is late, I'm trying to make myself available to you guys. He does have a CEO name. I agree with you, Zach. I see, Peter. Yeah. So it's just only you right now. I got you. I got you. Why the long face? I can make it longer. Wait, ready? Yep. Precious metals and real estate give a whole lot of return, have minimal risks, money ain't gonna go anywhere, even with something like pandemic. Um, so like you have to remember, like Snowflake, gold is a store of value. It's deflationary, right? Meaning there's only like a finite amount of it, and it's supposed to scale with other assets. So technically, you don't necessarily make money with gold and silver, but you retain the value by storing it in precious metals. Havit, I wouldn't know. Um, Honestly, you want to know the real reason why I switched to Apple? I was just tired of not being able to be in group chats with my friends. I was ostracized because I had the Samsung and they wouldn't invite me in group chats. And also, for me, like, I realized like having a Samsung phone, it was just like a lot of maintenance. So, um, for me, I just wanted an easier experience. So, I switched to iPhone just to make my life easier. And my life did get easier, because I know that Android is great, but it's also like maintenance. Like, you gotta like do a lot and like whatever. And it's just, I wasn't really about that at some point. I just kept getting frustrated with my phone. And I'm like, you know what? I love Android. I love what I could do, but it's just like I'm too busy for this shit. So I just went with iPhone. And I will tell you one thing. Um, right? There's like a study that says like women, like if you don't have an iPhone, they'll not reject you, but like they'll not want to pursue you or entertain you if you don't have an iPhone, because women are group thinkers. So there's some truth to like going with the group, kind of. Do you have indoor plumbing? Yes, I do. What's your job? Bald goat. So I actually run BH Capital Funding and Group, and we have a couple of other things that we're starting up. But you can learn all about it if you go to my channel. Yeah, I don't know what the new Samsungs are like, honestly. I mean, you can airdrop with Apple. I swallow. David Schwimmer. I'm a woman. I don't endorse that study. Hey, look, you could be one of the very few. Daniel, I just go for a tea time. Oh, are we looking for some more tea? Android has more flexibility, but Apple is easier to use. Yeah, that's what I think, guys. I mean, like I like Android, but Apple is just easy. It's just a better user experience, I think. I love the features of Android. I love what Android can do, but at the end of the day, it's Apple's Apple. So, Daniel, I have a dream. What's the dream? For you to start a gold company? What's the dream, Akshay? You know what? I just had this great idea. I don't have to hold my fucking phone. I can just chill here. Oh, man. Oh, my God. Let's go. Oh, man. It's like a... Damn, I have a dream. Yeah, it's like the same for females. Is it like a status thing for men to have iPhone 2? Attract females? Genuinely curious on how men think. Don't think too deeply into this. It has nothing to do with that at all. I think most people don't even think about themselves being group thinkers. I'm not a group thinker. I'm very like maverick. So for me, getting an iPhone was just more strategic. It was just more like, I'm gonna get an iPhone to make my life easier so that I can be more easily social with other people. Where I naturally gravitate away from how everybody thinks. So that's what I would say about that. Yeah. And by the way, when I used to have an Android and I used to date, I think, so here's the thing. I had an Android when I was young at the time when I was probably dating the most in my life. And I had women all the time tell me, oh, like, you have an Android, oh, you have the green texts. And I was just like, fuck you, Android's great. Like, you have a fucking iPhone, you loser. Like, I used to shit on women for having iPhones back in the day. I was very like, I was very spicy when I was younger. When like back then when I was younger in like my early 20s, like I had so much like what's the word? I just had so much volition in my opinions. And now when I get older, like it's just like I don't really care anymore. Like I have points of view, but like when people like for example in the stream, like they just like want to talk about politics. I used to have really strong opinions about politics. Now I don't anymore. I don't really care. I'm too busy for politics and shit. Yeah, live like a rich man at least once in your life. 100%. Yeah, yeah, I agree. Um, yeah, look, you gotta take care of yourself. You know. Pro-choice or pro-life or don't know. Would you ever own a Cybertruck? Dude, I would love a Cybertruck. Are you kidding me? I would live in a Cybertruck. Are you kidding? I would literally make a house out of a Cybertruck. I think Cybertrucks are so cool. I would definitely have a Cybertruck. Maybe one day, chat. Maybe one day, you guys will see me driving around in a Cybertruck after BH is successful. Maybe one day I'm giving away Cybertrucks. That'd be even more crazy. That'd be awesome. Xena, what's going on? Xena, what's up? How we doing? That's borderline materialistic. I don't take phone on dates. Even the man I'm going on a date would keep it away, and there's more quality time than judging phone on dates is weird. I'm not saying you use your phone on the date, Snowflake. I'm just saying actually I don't even know what you're saying. No, you shouldn't use phones on a date. You should be with the person if you're on a date with somebody. You should give somebody your undivided attention, because you're both taking time out of your day to spend time with each other. It's quality time. So I think that's like super important. Speaking of dates, yeah, what about it? What about Snowflake? There you go. There you go, Snowflake. Good for you. Nice. Now I'm tall. Yeah, didn't you say you were like 4'11" or some shit? Didn't you say you were like a midget? Yeah, Zena. Just had a long day, and I'm just trying to be consistent here and do more evening live streams, since most people seem to come out at night. They're probably busy during the day, so had a long day. We hired a new person today. We interviewed another who may or may not work. The dude was kind of like a doorknob. He was like very like, maybe it was just because of it was an interview, but he just wasn't giving off the energy we needed for sales. But we'll see. But yeah, we were super busy today. Marketing was off the chains today. We just need more salespeople. It's just so tough finding good sales talent. So yeah, it was a pretty long day today, honestly. No one walks without footwear. Snowflake, whatever you need to tell yourself to go to sleep at night, easy. So whatever makes you sleep at night. So today's Wednesday. Seems like we had a pretty light crowd today. Small people are travel friendly. Yeah, it's true. Very, very true. Let's see. Oh. Yeah. What about Trump? I could see if I was in the chat right now, I would put pizza? Question mark. What about pizza? Sushi? Question mark. One gorilla versus 100 man isn't even close. Just saying. I have my bets on men, honestly, because eventually men would win and would tire out the gorilla. Eventually, the gorilla would get tired. That's a good question. I think there's just too much hype behind Trump, but I think what he's doing for foreign relations is pretty good. You know, he's making a lot of good like peace agreements and a lot of headway with foreign relations. So I mean, that's what I care about. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, yeah. Eventually, the gorilla is just gonna get fucking tired. No, 15, the gorilla would fuck up. One gorilla to 15 men. Like the gorilla is as strong as like 5 men or fucking or something like that. That one gorilla would destroy 15 guys on a bad day, I think. So like, yeah, I mean, I don't really have an opinion on Donald Trump, Drew. Um, I think like you just got to look at personality temperament. He's a doer. He's unpopular because he doesn't sugarcoat things. He tries to get things done. Um, and he's just like a natural like Republican leaning dude, and that's naturally gonna upset everybody else. So, you know, I like his foreign policy. I like seeing what he's doing with the Middle East because I really care about Israel, and I think he's really establishing good relationships right now, and I'm excited to see what he does. But you know that's all I have to say about that. Yeah, I mean, he just snowflake. He just recently like went on like a kind of like a what do you call it, a trip around the Middle East, and he was doing a lot of good things there, I believe. So I think that's like such a weird thing about social media and news. It's like as globalized as social media is, some like people still don't have like a unified place where they get all their like information. It's like we're still getting news from a whole bunch of different places. You look like you'd uppercut a red onion. Sure. I mean, what did the red onion ever do to me? Yeah, I agree. I agree, Snowflake. Yeah, there's a lot of fake news out there. So it's another reason why like you shouldn't like be so involved with politics, right? Like there's just so much random grow up, buddy. Yeah, I'm already grown up, dude. um Appreciate the sentiment though. But yeah, there's just a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of fake news out there, but there's a lot of good news, and you're gonna have to like discern um, for yourself, like, and do your own research. That's the only thing you can do. I'm just too preoccupied. I'd rather hear news after the fact because it's not like I'm doing anything to impact the news. That's what I was saying earlier. Like, you might as well just live your own life because like odds are like is unless it's something like crazy important to your direct life, most news doesn't do anything for most people. There you go. Nice. Good to hear, Zena. Good to hear. Um, Worried about AI taking all the jobs. I've talked about this before. Um, I don't think AI is something to worry about in a bad way. I think there is going to be a transition of AI getting people out of jobs they shouldn't do and having them transition to work that they should be doing. Um, but I think AI is here to really revolutionize our lives. Like AI is like the gold rush of history. It's bigger than the internet. It's bigger than the gold rush. It's like AI is going to be like a new commodity. Like it's literally a new commodity. You have AI robots. We have the agentic AI. We have AI agents that can now work for us autonomously. Um, Hello, sir or madam of the house. Can I explain to you the lore of patrons? That's funny. AI will cause us to forget how to do things. I don't think so. I mean, if you are brain dead, AI teaches me something every day. I feel like I'm way more smart, with what I mean, with the way that I use AI, I'm always learning shit with AI, with ChatGPT and whatever. But I think you have to be that kind of person, because I think if you're the kind of person to not know how to use like AI, then yeah, then you will forget how to do things. So it's really all about the kind of person you are. And if you don't value growth and learning and certain values, then yeah, you are going to forget using AI. You are going to like dumb down, I guess. But I think there's certain personalities that really do benefit from AI, like myself. AI will one day be manipulating people. I think it's already started to manipulate people. No? What do you guys think? I think it's already started. I think we're already in living in pre-Terminator times or pre-Matrix times, right? We're literally getting to the point now where AI is getting so good at like creating like, whatever fake reality, right? Anyway, we're yeah, like we're kind of like on the cusp of like sci-fi. Yeah, Luke, I agree, man. Like, so like here's the thing. I think if we do it right, AI is going to help us create that balance, I think. Oh, I do. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Ross, you think I look like Ross? Um, I think if we balance AI and the technology and the technology that's to come, with incorporating it into grounding ourselves to life. Because here's the thing, this goes back to the question: is AI going to take our jobs? It's not. It's going to push ourselves to be more creative, more rooted, more grounded. It's going to give our time back to do the things that matter more in our lives. So yeah, Alexa still owes me money. Alexa owes me money too, man. Get in line. I got my lien on her. I filed the first lien, a UCC filing on Alexa 'cause she owes me money. AI is just a big library. I don't know about that. It's more than just a library. I would say it's more than just a library, Joseph. Let's see. That's a Motel 6. Let me see the crack pipe. AI needs to start pumping my gas and fluffing. You're not wrong. Missed my message. Can't say about professions, but AI is definitely taking the future spot, as radiologists at interpreting scans, these robotic surgeries for. So it is, 100%. It is taking jobs. Like it's optimizing the right jobs, and I think it's going to optimize and bring efficiency to the business marketplace. So Luke, I'll tell you right now though, for example, like AI in my life is already so beneficial. But the only reason why I can say that is it's like I know how to use it to benefit my life. And what's going on? Ugesi Solomon from Nigeria. What's up? What's up, Carol? Carol Lockhart, what's going on? Carol in the house. Dan, your eyes look so sleepy. No, it's because I'm looking down at the chat, like, look, see. And then if I look up, so it's just the angle. I mean, I am tired, yeah, but Carol, we were talking about AI and whether it's a good or a bad thing. Yo, thank you, man. God does love me, and He loves all of us, no matter what happens. You have those dreamy bedroom eyes. Thanks, Chris. The rumors want things to stay the same. Fortunately, that will never happen. Well, that's just what happens with age, guys. As you get older, people usually become more conservative and they don't want things to change as much. And normally, as you go lower in age, people are more progressive in nature. So, I mean, that's not anything new. I mean, we use AI in our business. AI is really giving us a marketing advantage. We use AI for lead generation and to generate warm leads. So we're doing really good. Things were so much better years ago. And yeah, I got in what way? In what way, my good sir? I'm not a sports guy, you guessy Solomon. So, but if you're gonna ask me what I like to do when I win, I'll go see. So I guess it's Ronaldo. Don't mind change. Won't it be an even playing field once everyone is using? Well, that's the thing, dude. Not everybody's going to be using AI. So, like, that's a misconception, right? There are still people today that don't use computers, right? So, what makes you think they're going to use AI? There's always like a curve, right, of people who use technology. There are people who are on the frontier, always trying new technology. There are always people who are the late adopters, and then there are the people who never adopt the technology, right? Um, what up, bro? You thinking of ending it, the live stream? Not yet. I'm gonna try and make it to 12 o'clock and see how I feel. We are meant to live so much more. I agree. Um, what's a computer? What up, Uber Duber? What's up? What's up? All right, Carol. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you coming through. How are you going to employ me, sir? By not employing you. I am not hiring you. You failed the interview. I'm sorry. See you later. See you later, non soliciting. Carol, I only recommend you subbing if you feel like if you go to my channel, you'll like the content that I put out. And if you enjoy your time here, then subscribe. If you feel like if it makes sense for you. You don't think it'll be widespread in most people's lives? We don't really have a choice in some consumer choices other than to check out. Yeah, it's true. Look, I'm not saying that AI, like, here's the thing, you're arguing that most people are not going to have a choice because it's going to be a part of the infrastructure of most places. And I agree with you. Okay, but here's the thing: there are people who don't own a computer, who have a basic phone, like a flip phone, and they still have to navigate, life and go places where they have that technology. They're just not adopting it, right? And some people are technologically savvy and some people aren't. Dude, I know young people. I know young people that have no idea how to use ChatGPT and AI. And I'm like, how are you 18, 19, 20 years old, 23 years old, and you have no idea how to use AI? Like, how? I mean, like, look, I guess like it depends because millennials grew up with technology, a little bit of Generation X did, but these boomers and Zoomers or whatever you call them, they should be like technology city. But most of them don't even know how to use AI, and I'm like, how is that possible? Yeah. So this goes back to my point that I was trying to tell Luke. It's like it's just like a personality temperament thing. There are some people who care about technology, who'll be middle of the road and adopt it, who'll be late to the party, adopt it like later. There's people like me who like to use technology when it first comes out. Like I want to test pilot all the new technology. I love that shit. Um, yeah. Like for example, right? Like I'm like a top 1% user of like ChatGPT. Like I pay for the pro. I don't pay for the $20 one. I pay for like the more expensive one. Like I am up there in users, right? Because I need to. I need to use it, right? Um, I use it every day. It's like it's a very what's the word I'm looking for? Um, it's a very irreplaceable part of my workflows in my life at this point because I use it so much. Such a great tool. It's funny because when I write a script in C++, plus plus, C, or even PowerShell, it's getting out 10 times better. Yeah. You're right. Yeah, it's not perfect by any means, but it's already where AI is today, it's literally at like a junior level engineer, right? It's like it's getting there. And I'm playing around with some new features that I have, and it's really mind blowing. So anyway, um, I just hope it doesn't go to hell in a handbasket. I hope not too. I hope it's not going to, but I don't think it is, Luke. I think we're fine. You know, life has a way of correcting bad decisions. Why the long face? I don't know. That's the way God made me, and I'm tired. People won't need engineers, architects, or even artists since now AI can print and carve sculptures too. Yeah, AI is really literally replacing everything. But I really think AI is more of like a tool than anything else. Yeah, I mean, look, there's already people today that don't even leave their homes. They order their food to their house. Everything can be ordered to their home. You can hop on VR and see people. You can chat people on live stream, right? Like you're seeing me with from wherever you're located right now. And we're literally living in a day and age where like communication and technology is so transient. It's so distant from like how like from a grounded lifestyle, right? um I meant like you look sad, not your head looks legitimately elongated. But thanks for that. Yeah, you got it. I mean, I'm in a weird angle, but I mean, like, I'm just tired, and I do have an oval face, so that's a thing. Oh man, I'm chugging along, guys. I'm keeping awake. Even data analyst, which is considered top tier jobs, is being taken. Yeah, dude, analysis is getting destroyed by AI. I do analysis every day with AI. But unless we clean up space, we are going to lose certain satellite capabilities. I don't know about that. Space Force, let's go. Stone. All right, shout out. Oh, you know what? There you go, Stone Malone. Shout out to Stone Malone. Um, I don't think AI equals unemployment. I think AI equals people moving up in the marketplace in terms of what their value offering can be. So I think AI is going to equal higher dollar per capita, in my opinion. Thank you. I subscribe to your channel. Thank you, Stone Malone. No, thank you for your presence. Thank you for coming through and allowing us to shout you out, to know your existence, to know that you exist in this world. Because without my live stream, I would never have known who Stone Malone is. So thank you. I'm gonna go to sleep tonight. I'm gonna be like, holy fuck! I now know who Stone Malone is. Eventually, do you think we'll move away from monetary currency? Yes. Eventually, we're gonna move into like a data currency, and then eventually we're gonna move into no currency. Eventually monetary currency is going to be a thing of the past. People are going to, there's like 100, I'm not joking you, 100 years from now or 150 years from now, we're going to live in a life where people are going to go, yeah, back in the day, they used to pay for things. They used to have fiat. They're going to go, oh, fiat used to be that historical, like it's going to, oh, that was like a currency of history, right? That's how they used to barter back in the day. Just like we thought people bartered with items, people are going to go, wow, they bartered with money and currency. And I think the future, so like, do you guys have you guys ever heard of the theory of the different levels of civilizations? Do you guys know about that theory at all? Maybe one of you guys can look it up right now and put it in the chat, like what the different levels of civilizations are. Anybody? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Like we're at, like, for example, the theory that I'm thinking about says we're at civilization 0. Do you guys know what I'm talking about at all or no? Maybe. So like I'll give you an example in this theory, and again, I'm trying to think about how it goes, but it's like right now we're at civilization 0, meaning we still only are able to use the resources from Earth, right? That's like level 0. And apparently we're about 100 to 150 years away from being civilization 1. Kardashev scale. Yeah, the Kardashev scale. There we go. I think that shit is so cool. Um, so the Kardashev scale says, I think you're at level 1. You start to harness the power of the sun and all of Earth's resources, right? I think it's level 2. I think it's level 2 that we start to do interstellar travel, and we start to utilize resources, I guess, of the sun more, and the earth, and the universe. And I think 3 is now we get to harness energy of the universe. And then level 4, level 5 is we get to utilize galactic energy. And that's like fucking that's thousands of years from now, maybe more. But what I like to think about is that we're like on the precipice of going from zero, civilization 0 to civilization 1. I think that's pretty cool. Um, and with everything going on with AI, going to Mars, like we're really paving that way, you know? And there's a theory, right? If you guys like conspiracy theories, there's a theory that like aliens obviously know we exist, and there's probably some like civilization of aliens, like some like galactic federation of aliens where they're just waiting for like Earth to become like a level 1 civilization to welcome us into the club. Like, oh wow, guys, you guys landed on Mars. You guys figured out how to space travel, right? And okay, great. Now you can be in the club because you can be with us. You know how to travel through space and time. Oh wow, you've learned how to utilize the sun for energy. Great, great. Love you too, Stone Malone. Love you too. Yeah, well, that's the other downfall, right? It's like, well, or we don't get to civilization 1 and we just destroy ourselves with nukes. Who's winning the Champions League final? What's the Champions League? Chat, can you tell me what the Champions League is? Is that like a sport? Snowflake, you're just trying to be a maverick. Oh, European football. I don't follow sports, my guy. Sorry. PSG or Inter Milan. Guys, can you guys hook up Elijah with some feedback there on who you think's gonna win? I'm not a sports guy. It's the best teams from all the European leagues. So who do you guys think who's gonna win? They all play in a competition. Yeah, yeah. This guy looks like he has kids in his basement right now. Uh, dude, I would just be happy if I had a family, let alone kids in a basement. I'm just trying to find a wife to have kids, to maybe put them in a basement. But I can't even think that far because I need to find a wife first. So, dark humor, dark humor. Help me find a wife first, King. Then I'll figure. Then I'll think about having kids in a basement. I'm rooting for PSG. All right. Oh man. All right, guys. I'm tired as heck. As you can see, I am very tired, and I think I need to wind down. I'll give it another 20 seconds to say your farewells, because that will put us at 160 minutes for the stream. Um, games by the thousand. Yeah, man, work was good. It was a long day today. We got a lot done. Hired some people, interviewed some people. It was a good day, I think. I think it was a good day. And now I get to be here with you guys, you know? Farewell, Job Snow. Yeah, right. I'm like Targaryen. I'm Elon Targaryen. Oh, actually, that would actually be a funny meme logo. Elon Targaryen. He's Stephanie Baratheon. Yeah. Elon Targaryen. I like that. That's got a ring to it. Yeah. All right, guys. I'll see you later. Thanks for tuning in, everybody who is here. I hope you guys have a great night. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. He has ascended beyond Markiplier. Also, guys, for those who are here, if you're new, I do a lot of other content besides just streaming. I do a lot of stuff about business, finance, relationships, dating, AI, technology, blah, blah, blah. So if you guys are into that kind of content and you are looking to grow as a human, check out the channel. I hope you find good content there for yourselves. Have a good night, and I will see you tomorrow. Join me. I do Monday to Friday at the office at my command center. You get to see me doing my daily work, and then you also see a separate webcam pointed at my office. So if you guys are interested in just following the day-to-day at my business at BH, you're more than happy to stop by. I'm not as active as I am now because I'm busy, but at least you get to like kind of follow along, see what's going on and shit like that. So, all right, guys, I'll see you later.